Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and bought this figure because it was on clearance. This was one of the Masters Universe Revolution figures that I was going to skip. And the reason being is I got a bunch from the first wave, and it's pretty much the same. I have Mechanic, which I would love to have gotten more of him on clearance, but they didn't have any. Triclops, of course, is gone. And even King Keldor wasn't there, which was weird. But, yeah, all they had was a bunch of these. So I got him. I think it was like $13. Nothing terrible. So let's take a look. This one is the battle armor version. But realistically, I was ripping this thing open because the box was already destroyed. And that's part of the reason why these ones were on clearance. Because, like, they had a whole bunch of stuff at that store that were on clearance because they were smashed. They must have had some issues with the truck or something. So two things bug me about this figure. One, it was kind of a spoiler for the show. Realistically, I think every time that one of these figures comes out, it spoils something in the show. But is it a spoiler or is it something that makes you want to watch it? You know, like there is a difference there. And this was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to watch the show, because I'm like, oh, they're going to get weird. Backtrack. A couple years ago, I've been on a couple podcasts. The Unfunny Nerd Tangent, I was on two of theirs. And they had a thing like, what we watched part one, and they're like, what do you think's going to happen in part two? I guessed it completely. Now, what I thought was going to happen with the second season didn't really happen. But what I was expecting is that He-Man would lose his powers, and he would have to rely on things like this to get him through. He didn't lose his powers. He just needed this to get through. So they made like a technology as a part of it, which is fine. Many different kinds of magic, etc. I really liked that second season, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's so much better. It was better, but the first one delivered 100% what it was supposed to deliver as what it was promised. So it's not like they lied to us. You lied to me. You lied to me, Hogan. Here's his basic thing. So this is the reason I actually purchased this. So this is the new head sculpt, and I don't have one of the original head sculpts around. I did. I don't know where it went. I'm not going to go look. But this looks way more like he did in the show. Still not perfect, but I digress. It also feels like they're reusing the same mold as before, the same toy, but they must have refreshed it or something, because this feels way tighter. So the original figures were starting to get kind of loose, and these ones are way tighter. So I appreciate that, but it is exactly the same mold. Like, I think 1-to-1. Maybe the shoulder's a little bigger than the original one, but everything else feels like it's the same, down to the fact that he can't straighten his arms. It still has the weird one here, one there, which I guess a lot of the toys did have that, but none of the ones that I remember. So let's pop this off. This is this is the gimmick, and that is this weird. So this is even weirder. This is rubbery, which I was not expecting. But you can pop this part out, which is like his symbol there, the He-Man symbol, which I guess has been around since the beginning. And you can make it a battle damaged, which that's cool. Or you could just straight up make him regular He-Man, which I very much appreciate. This is the way to do a refresh in one of these kind of lines. And they also redid the hook structure here, which this probably my favorite thing, because I hate those ones that are like you tighten them on, because they never tighten back up correctly ever. So this is definitely the way to do this. Props to Mattel for this one. This is the way to go. Cool. Didn't really even need to take his head off for that. Instead of a sword, though, he comes with the battle axe, because during this portion of the show. Spoilers, if you have not watched Revelation and Revolution, please go do that. They're worth a watch. I don't care if you hated them. You're wrong.